everyone, so welcome to my 100th video on YouTube. I can't quite believe I have now filmed and uploaded 100 videos, although some of them I kind of wish I hadn't because they are so cringeworthy and embarrassing. I wish they didn't really exist. But this is going to be a Q&A for you. As I mentioned in my last video, I asked you to ask me a few questions and a lot of you did. So thank you all for your lovely questions. I'm going to go through them now. I've got them here on Twitter and see how many I can get through before this video turns into a big rambling mess. I cannot even begin to describe how ill I feel right now. I have so much bronzer on just to give me a bit of life back in my face, but I still look incredibly pasty. So there will probably be sneezing and sniffing throughout this video, so I'm sorry about that. But let's start with the questions. Hello Alex, really love watching you. Thank you. Can I ask what you do for a living and what did you study? I'm actually a makeup consultant, beauty consultant on a beauty counter in a department store. At college I studied maths, further maths, it's been a long time, English literature, ancient history and art, but I didn't actually go to uni, so yeah, just at college. What are your tips for when you're having a bad day? Take an hour for yourself, go and have a good pamper, run a bath, watch some good TV programmes and just chill out. I think that's always a way to perk yourself up. Tips for bloggers trying to get into YouTube. I think going from blogging to YouTube is just quite an easy step to take because it is the natural progression. But I think it's nice sometimes to have a bit of a difference, so some blog posts, some YouTube videos, and especially I found the reason I started doing YouTube is because with things like favourites videos, when you're doing it in a blog post it's just the hardest thing to write down and it ends up being a massive long post. So more convenience than anything is why I probably started YouTube. But just sit down, film a video and see how it goes. I think that's the best advice I can give. Congrats on 100 videos. What is one underrated beauty product you love and use? I'm not sure if this counts as underrated because it's quite a specific thing, but the No. 7 Stay Perfect mascara I absolutely love using on my bottom lashes. I talk about it so much on here, you probably already know that. But not a lot of people actually mention it, and I think it's a lot better than the Clinique bottom lash mascara, which it's probably most similar to, which people always talk about. So yeah, No. 7 Stay Perfect mascara, love it. Lipstick or lip gloss? I think it has to be lipstick all the way. I am having a bit of a lip gloss fade at the moment, but I will always go back to lipstick. How did you and Darren meet and how long have you been living together? We actually moved in together when we were 18, which sounds so young now that I say it. So it's been about 4 years or so that we've been living together, which has just flown by. That is a long time. We actually met at college. We used to get the same bus to college together, and we'd always sit next to each other but never actually speak. We were way too shy to talk to each other. But then I think there was a snow day once and the bus didn't turn up. I think college was actually closed, so we just ended up sort of spending the day together and the rest is history. How did you educate yourself on makeup and skincare? Do you just enjoy it or do you do your research? I love makeup, beauty, everything, so I kind of just want to learn as much as possible. But I think in the beginning it mainly came from YouTube. I remember coming home from school nearly every single day and just watching Pixiwoo videos for hours on end and just absorbing every single thing that they said. So pretty much everything that I know now about how to apply makeup, about different makeup brands, most of that comes from YouTube, so I think it's just the best place to learn, really. If you could have one high-end and one low-end foundation, which would they be? That's such a hard question. It would probably have to be NARS Sheer Glow. I'm actually wearing it today and I haven't worn it for a while, but whenever I put it on I just remember how much I love it. It just looks so nice on the skin. And low-end, it would definitely have to be from Bourjois. I think their bases are just amazing. Probably the Healthy Mix, always go back to that one. It's just such an easy to wear foundation and it has such a nice glow to it too. So NARS Sheer Glow and Bourjois Healthy Mix. Do you feel pressured to always be made up, makeup, hair, etc., especially being a blogger and a YouTuber? In some ways I do, in some ways I don't. I mean, I love makeup, so I'm happy to sit there for an hour just trying things out, putting makeup on, and most days I actually wear makeup. But I guess I like to have a day off every now and then, and I don't feel so bad walking around with not a lot on. Always have to have something like mascara or concealer on. I don't think anyone should feel like they always have to wear makeup, but it does seem to be, whenever people recognise me from my channel, which is very rarely, I'm always looking an absolute state. So I have no makeup on, my hair's up in a messy bun, and I'm just not looking so good. So sorry to all the people that have encountered me in real life and I've been looking a mess. What's your favourite place in London to shop, hang out and eat? I would love to get some insider tips. I think a lot of people think I actually live in London, and I don't. I actually live about 2 hours away on the south coast, so I'm not really there all that often. Whenever I do go though, I always end up in Covent Garden. I think it's such a lovely place, really lovely shops, so many amazing restaurants and places to eat, so I definitely recommend going there. To shop, Selfridges, beautiful, always end up in Selfridges. I think usually I get the train, get on the tube straight to Oxford Street, and I'm in Selfridges within, you know, 10 minutes of arriving in London. I also really like Carnaby Street too. They have the Muji there, and they've got Monkey, and again, really nice shops, so they're my main places I tend to go. What was your favourite video to film and why? I think vlogs are actually my favourite to do, so the Vlogmas series that I did was something I really enjoyed. I really should do more vlogs, I know, but I don't really do anything that interesting, but I will try to vlog more in the future. I also like doing tutorials and looks and that whole side of things, even though it is quite a lot of pressure having to do your makeup perfectly while being on camera. Favourite YouTuber, blogger at the current time? That is just the hardest question to answer. I read so many blogs, I watch so many YouTube channels, I can't really narrow it down to one. I did mention a few videos ago, Suzie from Hello October. I think she's just amazing. Her blog is beautiful and she's just so lovely. And Anna of Viviana's Makeup, who can just sell me anything. Lily Pebbles. I think they're my 3 absolute favourites. What inspired you to start your blog and your YouTube? Well, obviously I've been reading blogs for probably a couple of years before I even started it, and I tried to blog a few times, but it's such a nerve-wracking thing to actually upload something to the internet for the first time. But in the end I just sort of did it. I think it was on my 3rd attempt, and I don't know, I just started blogging from there. I used to be very fashion based. I think it was probably Lily Melrose that inspired me the most to start my blog, and I used to do so many outfits, so fashion blogs were more my inspiration in the beginning, but then I kind of got into beauty and things just evolved from there. When did you start wearing makeup? I actually did a whole video on this. I think it's called the why do you wear makeup tag that everyone was doing about a year ago, so I'll link that below if you want a bit more of an in-depth description into my makeup beginnings. But I guess it was sort of more around secondary school time, maybe kind of year 10 or 11, and all my friends wore makeup apart from me, and I didn't really have the best skin, so I guess it was kind of like a confidence thing. And I remember I went out and bought myself a Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse, probably the darkest colour, which just looked horrifically orange on my skin. It was definitely the wrong thing. Do you have any tattoos, or would you ever get any? I don't actually have any tattoos at all. I've always wanted one, but I never really know what to get, and I think I'd want to make sure it was something I really thought about and really that had a bit of meaning behind it too, not just something that I randomly decided on and then got done a few days later. So eventually I probably will get one. I really like quite small little things, and writing as well. I like the way that looks, so you never know, eventually I may have one. What are your top 3 makeup products? That is really hard actually, depending on how you want to look at that. I guess concealer, mascara and highlighter are my favourite types of makeup, but actual makeup products, L'Oreal Miss Manga mascara, absolutely amazing, so glad I discovered it. Origins Plantscription concealer, cannot go a day without using that, I love it. And then, probably theBalm's Mary Lou Manizer Highlighter. I love that, it's the most beautiful highlighter. What are your biggest fears? Spiders. Oh, I hate spiders. I can't even look at them. They just make me feel so strange. And also sinkholes. This is a really strange one. I think because we've been having a lot of rain and there's been loads of sinkholes in England recently, and they just scare me so much. Just the ground disappearing beneath you and you falling through. That's a really irrational fear, but that's one of them. I also get really scared of out-of-date food. Again, strange, I know, but I have to check the date on everything before I eat it, especially milk and bread. I think I had a bad experience once when I was younger and I bit into like a really mouldy piece of bread and it just scarred me for life. What's your favourite drugstore skincare product? This is a really interesting question actually, because I do find it hard to, you know, find good skincare within the drugstore. I think I kind of believe in investing a bit more into your skin and your skincare, especially when it comes to getting the right ingredients. I like the Una Brennan range, the Superfacialist by Una Brennan. Their tea tree clay mask is lovely, and also their cleansers and their moisturisers are really nice. And I like good old simple as well. I think they have a really great eye makeup remover, and their moisturisers are really lovely too, so they're probably some of my favourites. Although I'd love to know what your favourites are, because I'm looking to kind of get into a bit more drugstore skincare, so let me know if you have any that you really love. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning? And depending on how presentable I actually want to look, anywhere from 5 minutes to maybe 20. That's a lie, more than 20, probably about 3/4 of an hour. What is your favourite makeup brand? This could take a while. I think it changes a lot. Maybe a couple of years ago I definitely would have said Benefit. I think I probably own everything they've ever made. I went through a phase of being really into Laura Mercier, and I still think their products are beautiful. At the moment though, I'd probably say NARS, although I don't own a great deal from them. I get really excited by their new launches and things they have coming up, and I just really like their products at the moment, so probably NARS right now. What makeup product would you not be able to live without? I think probably concealer, just because I have such bad dark circles. They're almost kind of like bruised looking at times, so I definitely always need under eye concealer. Did you regret that you cut your hair? What do you like more, short or long hair? So many people ask me this all the time, and I really do think that cutting my hair was the best decision I ever made. Sometimes I do watch my videos back, my old ones, and I see myself with really like long hair, and I do kind of miss it, but I think I've changed a lot since then, and I think having short hair is a lot more me now. It kind of reflects my style a bit better. Also, it's just the easiest thing to manage. It takes me about 10 minutes to wash and dry it, which is just incredible, because usually it would take me about an hour with longer hair, so definitely short hair. I love it. Favourite TV series at the moment or of all time? I do love a good trashy TV programme, so Gossip Girl, Vampire Diaries, Revenge, anything like that I will happily sit down and watch, but of all time probably would have to be something like Friends or Sex and the City. I have the box sets of those and I just watch them over and over again. If you could only use makeup products from one brand forever, what would it be? I think, oh, that's tricky. I think Laura Mercier, just because I love their products anyway, but they do have so many standout things in so many different categories. So they do amazing bases, their blushes are lovely, their lipsticks, their glosses, their concealer is really good, so I think you could get a really good range of makeup from them, so Laura Mercier. What lighting and setup do you use? It kind of varies between what room I'm in, what the light's like, if I can use natural light or not. I guess I could show you actually, I might film it on my phone. So I have my camera in front of me here on a tripod, and this is the Canon 600D, which I always use for filming. It's got a really handy flip screen to it. And then I have the softbox light behind that, which kind of gives me light directly at my face. And then I have a second one here which points up at the ceiling, and I try to do this more because it kind of lights the whole room, and it's a lot more of a natural way, I think, to light the videos. And I always actually close the blinds, just because natural light, I can never really rely on it. And then I have one more light. This is actually a ring light, but that is lighting my background at the moment. So that is my lighting setup. So my camera is actually about to run out of battery, and I think I'm probably out of space on my memory card nearly, but I think I managed to answer pretty much everything. So thank you again for all your questions, and thank you for sticking around for 100 videos. I really do enjoy making them, so hopefully here's to another 100 more. So thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video.